How do we understand people who left no written records? How do we learn about human lives when there are no voices, no stories, and no direct explanations, only objects left behind? That's where archaeology begins. Archaeology is the study of past human life through material remains. It looks at the traces people leave behind and uses them to understand how humans lived, organized their societies, and interacted with the world around them. Most of human history was never written down. For thousands of years, people lived, built, created, and adapted without leaving written records. What remains are objects, structures, landscapes, and traces that must be interpreted. That's why archaeology is not just about finding things. It's about understanding what those things mean. A lot of people think of archaeology as digging up artifacts, but the objects themselves are only part of the story. Archaeology also includes tools, pottery, buildings, bones, art, and entire landscapes. It includes everyday objects as well as objects connected to ritual, belief, or social structure. A simple tool, a piece of pottery, or the layout of a living space can tell us how people worked, what they valued, how they organized their lives, and how they adapted to their environment. One of the most important ideas in archaeology is this: context matters. An object by itself does not tell a full story. Where it's found, how it's arranged, what it's found with, and the conditions around it all shape its meaning. The same object can mean very different things depending on context. Something found in a home may represent everyday life. The same object found in a burial site may have ritual or symbolic meaning. In archaeology, context is what turns objects into evidence. That's why archaeologists don't just collect artifacts. They carefully record where things are found, how they are positioned, and how different pieces of evidence relate to each other. The process involves excavation, documentation, analysis, and interpretation. It's slow and systematic because once something is removed from the ground, its original context cannot be replaced. Archaeology is an evidence-based approach to understanding the past. It helps us ask important questions. How did people live? What did they eat? How did they organize their societies? What did they believe? How did they interact with their environment? And how did human life change over time? These questions connect archaeology to the rest of anthropology. It gives us access to the material record of human life, showing us what people made, how they lived, and how societies changed over time. Archaeology matters because it helps us understand where we come from. Even when voices are gone, evidence remains. What could someone learn about your life just from the things you leave behind?